decided, that's it, I'm not going to renew my lease, I'm done renting, I want to buy a home. How do you time your lease ending with buying your first home so you're not making 2 payments at once? I'm Stacey Ryle, and this is the place to be to learn everything you need to know about buying your first home. Okay, so when it comes to navigating your lease ending, your very first step is going to be to speak to your landlord. You need to find out if there's any flexibility with your lease if you do end up finding a home sooner than you thought. You might be surprised at how much flexibility there is in your lease. And the only way to find out is to ask. It never hurts to just start that conversation or just call him or her up. Just say, hey, we're starting the process of looking for our first home. If by chance we do end up finding something sooner, is there any flexibility with our lease? The answer may be no, and now you know. Or maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the time of the year that your lease is up isn't good for your landlord, so you're actually doing them a favor by breaking it a little early. And sometimes they'll tell you that you just need to find the next tenant, and depending on where you live, that might be pretty easy to do. Step number 2 is to look at what you've already paid. There's a good chance that you've already paid your last month's rent. So that's 1 month that you don't have to worry about making 2 payments. You also need to find out when exactly your lease is up. A lot of people will say, oh, my lease is up in June. Is it May 31st, June 1st, or June 30th? It's a big difference. Step number 3 is to keep in mind that your first mortgage payment skips a month. Yes, if you close on August 2nd, your first mortgage payment is not due until, you guessed it, October 1st. So that gives you a little bit more flexibility, especially if you already paid your last month's rent. Step number 4 is to set a timeline. From the day that you find the right home and get your offer accepted, it takes 30 to 60 days to close, get your keys, and be able to move in. On average, it takes first-time homebuyers 8 weeks to find the right home. You'll want to start actively searching, scheduling showings with your agent when you're around 3 to 4 months away from your ideal move-in date. So if your lease is up June 30th and you want to have the keys to your new home at the latest June 15th, this means that you need to be under contract at the beginning of May, which means that you want to start actively searching for homes at the beginning of March. In March, you are hitting the ground running, you know what you're looking for, you're pre-approved, and you are scheduling showings with your agent. At the very, very latest, you want to make sure that you have met with your agent and spoken to a lender in January to give yourself a 2-month buffer to really get familiar with the market, to really learn what you're looking for, and to make sure that you understand the process and you know what's next. If this is you and you're thinking of buying your first home, sign up for the Homebuyer Workshop. We'll walk you through the entire process from start to finish. I'll link it below, and we'll see you there.